Hi class, my name is Nicole Tafaro, and today Jessica Koza, Kelly Rogers, and I will be sharing our findings after completing a case analysis on Fitbit. Fitbit is a wearable device company founded in 2007 by James Park and Eric Freeman under the name Healthy Metrics Research. Originally, Fitbit products consisted of basic activity trackers only. The first Fitbit device, a clip-on tracker, was released in 2009 and tracked steps taken, distance traveled, calories burned, activity intensity, and sleep. Today, Fitbit sells a range of fitness trackers, smartwatches, and other accessories. Prices on trackers and smartwatches range from $60 to $250. In addition to its products, Fitbit offers the online Fitbit community, which the brand describes as a gathering place for real people who wish to exchange ideas, solutions, tips, techniques, and insight about Fitbit products and services. In addition to selling to individual consumers, Fitbit has several corporate partners as well, including wellness providers, health plans and health systems, and employee benefit brokers. As many of you may be aware, in most recent news, Google purchased Fitbit for $2.1 billion last November. Jess will speak to this a bit more in a few minutes. Finally, Fitbit's mission statement is to empower and inspire you to live a healthier, more active life. Fitbit designs products and experiences that fit seamlessly into your life so you can achieve your health and fitness goals, whatever they may be. Fitbit proved to be a pioneer in the wearable device market, offering products and experiences that had not been previously available in the mainstream market. In 2015, Fitbit's market share in the wearable device market was about 33%, and nearly 22 million devices had been sold worldwide. Fast forward just a few short years later, and Fitbit's outlook is dramatically different. With only 4.1% of market share, the brand is struggling to attain even a portion of the successes it gained early on. In addition to a significant decline in its market share, Fitbit stock continues to fall and devices sold worldwide have reduced as well. So you may be wondering, what happened to Fitbit to cause this downward trend? The answer is in part due to Fitbit's status as a pioneer and early entrant in the wearable device market, which, at the time, only included activity trackers. While Fitbit's earliest activity trackers were popular and well received, the brand failed to innovate its products quickly enough. As a result, there was a low barrier for competitors to enter the market and produce devices similar to Fitbit, but better in some way. Xiaomi, a Chinese electronics company, released its first fitness activity tracker called Mi Band in 2014 at a considerably lower price than Fitbit. Today, these trackers sell for around $30, a much more affordable option for those who want an activity tracker and don't want to spend a couple $100. Apple, on the other hand, altered the global wearable device market in 2015 by developing a watch that not only mimicked Fitbit's fitness-focused features, such as step and calorie tracking, but included more customizable features and, most importantly, included capabilities to connect to third-party apps. Unlike the original Fitbit trackers, the Apple Watch was, quote, smart, basically allowing consumers to use their wearable device in almost the same way they use their smartphones. Thus, the entrance of competitors like Xiaomi and Apple resulted in a confusing split in the market, placing Fitbit somewhere in the middle. On one end, there are low-price, single-purpose activity trackers. On the other end are luxury smartwatches which provide many more functions and features. In an effort to keep up with competition, Fitbit launched its first smartwatch in 2017. Despite Fitbit's extension into the smartwatch category, however, Apple continues to gain market share in the global wearable device industry. This is due to several underlying problems with Fitbit's strategy. First, compared to the Apple Watch, Fitbit's early smartwatches were rudimentary in design, receiving negative reviews for its high price at $300 and relatively crude quality. Unlike Apple, which clearly positions itself as a luxury brand, Fitbit smartwatches seem to appeal to an undefined mass market. This conflicts sharply with the niche, fitness-focused brand and mission with which Fitbit associates itself. This unclear positioning makes it difficult for Fitbit to differentiate itself as the best smartwatch producer. Additionally, in the long term, competing with Apple will prove to be an unsustainable approach for Fitbit. Apple's greater resources, technology capabilities, and brand strength will make it unlikely for Fitbit to regain market share in the consumer wearables market without a major shift in marketing strategy. So, the Fitbit problem in summary: Fitbit's market share in the wearable industry is shrinking due to intense competition and Fitbit's increasing struggle to differentiate itself as a superior brand.
Now let us turn to Fitbit's STP analysis. By way of demographic and psychographic market segmentation, Fitbit targets both men and women in their mid-20s to mid-40s who have some degree of disposable income. These segments are further broken down into individuals who are already physically fit versus individuals who have an interest in becoming fit but maybe do not know where to start. Take, for example, someone who works a sedentary 9-to-5 job. Fitbit's 10,000 step per day challenge gives this individual a place to begin by providing them with an initial goal. Now let's turn to positioning, which is generally a complex set of impressions and feelings consumers have about a particular product when compared to competing products. Consumers are overstimulated and overloaded with product information. As a result, consumers often categorize, or position, I should say, products in their minds. Some common perceptions or impressions associated with Fitbit are: 1, that the products are affordable; 2, that there's a model for everyone, even from the most casual of user to a marathon trainer. Just a side note here, this does not mean, however, that Fitbit is targeting everyone. 3, the products are easy to use and fit into your life seamlessly. Now let us shift our focus to SWOT analysis, beginning with the strengths. Fitbit's products are extremely easy to use and generate an awareness of health habits. However, one of Fitbit's biggest strengths is affordability. If we refer to Exhibit 8 in the case study, we can see the highest percentage of consumers that would be willing to purchase an Apple Watch is if it were priced within the $100 to $200 range. This is pretty substantial since nearly all Fitbit's products fall within this range. Next up, we have goal setting and community. Most Fitbits allow users to set personalized goals and engage with other users through community, which Fitbit launched sometime in 2017. Social engagement has always been a key motivator, and through community, users can add friends, join groups, enter a challenge, and share advice. Lastly, access to stored data is another top strength of Fitbit. Users are able to check their step and calorie count at any time, and even going back to the first day of using the product. Their historical data is always available and very easy to access. Fitbit will even store nutrition information if you sync it to other applications such as MyFitnessPal or Lose It. Now for the weaknesses. Fitbit has a limited product range, meaning that it only sells trackers or smartwatches. Unlike Apple, who sells other products like computers, iPads, phones, AirPods, and so on, it's much more difficult to create brand loyalty when what you have to offer is so limited. Secondly, Fitbit's apps are only limited to fitness and health. With this being said, losing users seems to be unavoidable, as users are not always thinking about health or fitness throughout the day. Furthermore, what happens when users finally reach their goals? Lastly, Fitbit simply is not really known as an exciting brand, nor is it memorable. Many users describe their products as good enough and find their products to be aesthetically unattractive. This is definitely an area where Fitbit loses to Apple. They do have some room to make some changes in design without driving up the price of their products much, if at all. Continuing with the SWOT analysis, I'd like to share some opportunities Fitbit could potentially take advantage of. 1, they could definitely afford to expand their target segments. We'll hear more about this, however, in our recommendations section, but to summarize, we feel that Fitbit has been unintentionally ignoring a large consumer base. Another route Fitbit could take is to play up a key point of difference: sincerity. Since Fitbit's products are reasonably priced, it's clear that they are not trying to rip off their customers. By partnering with insurance companies to lower premiums further proves this point. Highlighting sincerity would reposition the brand back to its original focus, wanting you to live a healthier, more active lifestyle, than merely trying to become a trendy, expensive accessory. Some common threats that plague nearly everyone in the tech world is that technology is always rapidly changing. Investing in R&D is crucial to staying with the curve, if not slightly ahead. Secondly, since the market is already saturated, Fitbit needs to play up points of difference in an attempt to differentiate themselves from competitors. This will be an ongoing issue as new technology emerges. Lastly, with Google's acquisition, Fitbit users are reasonably concerned for their privacy. Posts on social media have already shown users throwing their devices into the trash as a means of expressing this very concern, which leads us to believe that if health data is sold, many users will cut their ties.
We have identified 5 courses of action that Fitbit could take to combat the issue of its declining market share. In order to get back to a position of growth, Fitbit must alter its marketing strategy. The first 2 alternatives we have identified focus on deeper market penetration. For our first alternative, Fitbit could utilize its affordable price tag to cater to the needs of a younger demographic that they are not currently targeting: middle and high school age consumers. Middle and high schoolers have low disposable incomes and likely cannot afford to buy Apple Watches. If Fitbit is able to position themselves as a trendy fitness wearable device company for adolescents and gain brands loyalty, they could reap higher customer lifetime value potential as this generation gets older and has more disposable income to spend on more advanced models. The downside of targeting this younger demographic is that Fitbit would have to convince parents that their device is worth purchasing for their children. Our second alternative is to focus on targeting elderly consumers as well as those with health conditions. No fitness wearable company currently targets this demographic, despite the fact that this demographic is acutely concerned with their health metrics. There are, however, cons associated with this strategy. By targeting individuals with health issues, Fitbit could expose itself to potential lawsuits if their technology, such as their heart reading technology, is not fully accurate. Additionally, there is lower customer lifetime value potential associated with targeting an elderly demographic. Lastly, this shift would likely result in younger generations perceiving Fitbit as less trendy. Our third alternative is to expand the wearable device market by altering our distribution strategy. By selling Fitbits in gyms and fitness clubs, Fitbit could directly access individuals that already have a vested interest in staying healthy. However, this could result in excess inventory at thousands of locations nationwide as they launch new models and phase out of old ones, and it is likely that these individuals already have a fitness wearable device of some sort. Our fourth alternative is to seek to expand the wearable device market by increasing brand knowledge via partnerships with national sport organizations and the Olympics. This would allow Fitbit to build brand awareness and equity worldwide with a wide range of consumers, and it would clearly communicate Fitbit's position as a fitness and health company first and a smartwatch company second, not the other way around. This strategy, however, would be extremely expensive and may not be effective if consumers watching these events are already loyal to a competitor's product. Our final alternative is to modify our product to appeal to a new segment: professional athletes. If Fitbit invests in more advanced technology to cater to the training needs of professional athletes, athletes would use and wear the product often. It is likely that they would be photographed wearing the device, and their large social media fan bases would take notice. The risk associated with this option is investing a large amount of money into R&D in order to make this modification, only to have athletes reject the product offering in favor of an alternative option. We recommend that Fitbit proceed with alternative number 1, increase market penetration via targeting middle and high school age consumers. We recommend that Fitbit position its affordable Inspire and Inspire HR models, which are pictured on the screen, as the optimal product for this age segment. We recommend Fitbit position this product as a trendy fitness accessory for adolescents, rather than their current positioning of this product as an affordable fitness tracker for adults. In terms of implementation, we recommend Fitbit directly advertise to this target market via YouTube advertising. YouTube advertising is relatively affordable compared to nationwide TV advertising. Also, with the decline of cable and increasing popularity of Netflix and YouTube TV, Fitbit would be able to reach the target market as well as their parents by advertising on this platform. Fitbit should produce fun, colorful advertisements with younger actors to appeal to younger demographics. In addition to advertising directly to consumers, there is an opportunity to target school communities. We recommend Fitbit start a school outreach team who pitch the Fitbit Inspire to boards of education in the hopes that the schools will invest in Fitbits for their student body. The school outreach team would consist of 5 Fitbit employees and would be structured similarly to Fitbit's corporate partnership team. For communities who cannot afford to purchase Fitbits for their student body, Fitbit would offer a Sponsor a School donation page where individuals could sponsor underprivileged communities. We picked this alternative due to the potential associated with targeting younger consumers. As mentioned before, there is a higher customer lifetime value potential, and there is also the potential to make a positive impact on children's lives. Childhood obesity is a huge problem in the U.S., and we believe that the boards of education with disposable funding will be well inclined to purchase Fitbits for their student body. Michelle Obama's Let's Move campaign demonstrates the national importance of adolescent physical activity, and Fitbit could serve as a gateway towards ensuring kids remain active and healthy. Students could use them during gym class and also demonstrate their physical activity outside of school. In terms of budgeting, we have budgeted $6 million per year for this initiative. We would spend $400,000 per year on the salaries of the outreach team members, as well as allocate $100,000 per year on their travel to and from various school districts to pitch Fitbit. In terms of marketing, we would spend $1 million producing relatable content to attract middle and high school age consumers, and $4 million per year on disseminating these ads on YouTube. The chart pictured shows how much money Fitbit has spent on sales and marketing in the past few years. In 2018 alone, they spent $345 million on sales and marketing, so we think that a $6 million per year initiative is a reasonable ask. Based on the current pricing structure for YouTube ads as listed on influencermarketinghub.com, $4 million would allow us to reach 200 million consumers, which is the majority of the United States. Lastly, we would spend $500 per year on print materials to disseminate to schools to increase brand awareness.
We do want to point out a few assumptions and liabilities associated with our proposal. First, we must consider parents' use of Fitbit. With regards to directly targeting younger adolescents, it is likely that parents will be the ones actually purchasing the product for their children. There is a possibility that parents may not want their kids to be introduced to technology at this age, or that they may find the expensive technology purchase to be unnecessary. In order to combat these perceptions, we are positioning the most basic model to this age group. It has limited capabilities, so it is unlikely to distract students at home or at school. Additionally, it is relatively affordable at $69.99 and is considerably cheaper compared to other competitors. There is also the chance that our strategy to market the Fitbit to schools will mean that the brand is targeting school communities with higher budgets. This could generate negative PR since Fitbit will be targeting kids in schools that have more financial resources. Our Sponsor a School donation program is our proposal to lessen this inequality between communities and hopefully even the playing field so that underprivileged communities can have access to the same resources. Despite these challenges, we believe that targeting middle and high school aged individuals by directly marketing to them a customizable yet basic fitness activity tracker is an effective strategy. Members of this demographic have a long customer lifetime value and may be likely to upgrade to more expensive models in the future.